Every time I saw him, my whole face, my stomach, it burned. It was just the most humiliating feeling just to look at him. I was so terrified that people would find out. I was literally just defenseless. You really don't realize the impact that one night could have on the rest of your life.
I'm Katya, and art is my outlet.
And I can see it. And I don't think I did it.
All I want to do is help other girls like me, especially my best friend Leslie. She's reluctant, and I can understand why. I've only recently told my mom, and the thought of my father finding out is mortifying. To spread awareness, I do anonymous activism, school and community events, and recently I joined the Vagina Monologues.
They invaded it, butchered it, and burned it down. I do not touch that. I do not visit. I live somewhere else now. I don't know where that is.
I just got back from my third Vagina Monologues practice. All the girls that I'm doing this with are so cool. I'm meeting so many people that, I mean, obviously if we're standing on stage together yelling about vaginas, we have something in common. One of the girls that I met finally is Kat. We both do a lot of similar activities and we have really similar interests. She does like a lot of activism work and a lot of stuff involved in the school. I stood up at the end of practice today and I was like, oh, just so you guys know, I'm working on a documentary and it's about sexual assault. And she came up to me after, Kat, and she was like, we need to talk.
It felt like people didn't believe me when I would talk about my relationship with a person who was hurting me. Someone said that I was vanilla and didn't understand rough sex. But my understanding was when it's rough and I say no, that shouldn't be okay. But I was told it was just I was being a pansy or that I should just chill out.
I think that's what makes the big difference between, you know, that gray area where like hookups go wrong or, you know, stuff like that.
Because a lot of people don't understand the gray area, I feel. Because the gray area lies in, did they really know what they were doing? Did they realize that you didn't consent?
Did they have an intention of hurting me?
And that makes a huge difference. If someone makes a mistake because they're under the influence of a drug or of alcohol, that could be a mistake. It still hurts. Mm-hmm. But I feel as though if people were to acknowledge that they didn't mean it, it hurts less. And the degrees of which that happen get dissected so much that the definition of sexual assault has become blurred.
We're filming a little. You sound so tired and sad. Are you okay?
Don't worry about, the documentary. Like, I'm just happy that you are willing to consider talking. I understand that she's scared. It's terrifying to think about putting yourself out there like that. I can't just replace her like that. People need to see that. They need to hear it. I'm not just doing this to do it. This isn't like some pastime for me.
Ashley and I get along so well. We hit it off immediately. I knew we were going to because the second I met her, she was kind of like flitting about her room and doing a bunch of things. And I guess she seemed a little bit like me. So now we're gonna get together and go paint. And it's something that I've found to be very therapeutic when it comes to talking about such serious subjects.
I started a new job in July, and I was waiting tables, which is what I absolutely love to do. And there was this one guy there he would help me all the time, and I really appreciated it. He was like very nice to me, but then he was just getting like too like, oh, let's hang out, like blah blah blah, and like he was just always like badgering me. So like my thought was, okay, I'm going out with my friends tonight. I'll let him come with me this one time, and we'll hang out, and then hopefully he'll just forget about it. He'll let it go and won't keep bothering me all the time about it. It was supposed to be a one-time thing. Well, then he just kept bringing me beers and then shots, and like I don't remember when we left. I don't even remember half the time we were there, I don't think. And the next thing that I remember is waking up and looking around and being like, where am I right now? And like I didn't have any clothes on. Nothing. I didn't even know where my clothes were to begin with. I guess he woke up like around, the same time as me. And as I'm trying to figure everything out, he just like got on top of me and was like trying to have sex with me. And I kept trying to push him off. I was like, no, like, what are you doing? Apparently that didn't stop him at all, because like, what happened. Meanwhile, this guy is 31 years old. He's a teacher. He's not just like, he's in kids' lives. You don't put someone at risk like that when you know full well what you're doing, because it's not like he didn't remember it. And, I still have to face this guy later on at work. How are you supposed to go to a table and serve them with a smile when all you really want to do is just go cry? It really actually does, like, make me feel shitty about myself. And it probably shouldn't, but it does. Because in reality, that's really how it is. You can't take that back. You don't get to.
I feel like a complete fraud. I know I have good intentions. I know that. But I feel like an imposter. Here I am, talking to all these different people that this has happened to. And I'm telling them, no part of this is your fault. You didn't ask to be raped. You didn't ask for this to happen to you. But I can't seem to wrap my mind around that for myself.
So one night, me and my friend Claire, she was like my partner in crime, we were gonna go out to this one guy's house, and at the last minute she backs out. But I'm dressed and it's like midnight and I just want to go out somewhere. So I meet up with them down the street and we walk back to Jack's house, and it's just Jack and his two other friends. And first thing he does is pull out a big bottle of rum, and someone's like, let's do shots. And, at this point I'm thinking like, oh, I could do shots. Like, I could keep up with them. So At that point, everything was very like blurry, and the next thing I remember is seeing him over me, on top of me. And my shirt was off, and he was pulling down my underwear, putting his fingers inside me, and I just remember like not feeling anything. I couldn't feel anything at all. I remember looking up at him and saying, I distinctly remember saying, "I don't want to do this." And he looked down at me and said, "Just finish what you started." And I don't remember anything after that until I was halfway home. He had to know on some level that what he was doing wasn't okay. But like, do you have any idea how much this has hurt me and affected me? And then I feel so pathetic saying that, because why would he give a fuck about how much it hurt me? They don't care about me. I'm just another person. I'm another girl to use and throw away. I honestly feel more free. Once I finally put it out there and expose myself, I feel just like a huge weight has been lifted. And that sounds so cliche, but I could literally feel it like holding me down. Anyway, I don't know. Just thanks for sticking by me through this whole thing, and, you know, just listening.
I mean, the whole point is why I did this, because I care about you a lot, and I felt like putting the effort into this was definitely gonna be like helpful for you, for me, and for so many other people. So, I mean, how could I not?
So, I want to know about Matt.
I don't remember half of the night, but what I do remember kind of stinks, you know. I don't know, I kind of come in at the bad parts, which you'd hope to forget. He brought me into the room. I don't remember how anything started, but I just remember him kind of like hurting me, and like he got active, and he just kind of like...
You said he pushed your head against the wall?
Right. He was just like holding me down like by my neck. It was not enjoyable whatsoever. Like, I didn't want it to happen in the first place, but once it was happening, it was just kind of like painful. I remember saying, just stop. And he's like, "I told you it was gonna hurt," and he just kept going. And like, right.
You're an asshole.
Well, yeah. I think he knew that, though. I think that's what his goal was. I think he knew exactly what he was doing to me the whole time. I remember ending it, and I was like, "I can't do this anymore. Just take me home." So he walked me home, and I just remember him saying, "Oh, Leslie, always a good time." And then he left. And I felt like crap afterwards. Felt like I did something wrong, which I did by going out by myself. I should have had somebody there with me, somebody to keep an eye out for me. And the one thing I only think of when I see him is he still doing this to people? And I feel like that's what you were saying before about what happened to you. It's like, I don't want him to keep doing this to people. It's not even about me at this point. It's not about you. It's about the fact that he's gonna affect other people. He's gonna keep doing this, and he obviously doesn't care.
Yeah.
But those are the people you gotta reach out to and tell them they're wrong. Honestly, until I talked to you about it, I never even saw it as rape. I saw it as something that I hated that happened and that I wasn't really happy about. I was definitely ashamed about it. I was embarrassed. I didn't tell anybody before you for a reason because I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like it had to be told. It's such a hush-hush thing most of the time. So I feel like this helped a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I see how much you care about it and how much work you're putting into it. And I know you only do that towards things that you really care about, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just really amazing to have such good friends that support me no matter what. And, you know, even if it's something insane or really depressing, like talking about rape, you're always there for me. Always. My life would not be as good without you.
This is where we cuddle. This is where we cuddle, guys. It's a good ending.
This is usually how we watch it.
A lot of schools do a Take Back the Night walk, which basically is to make a statement that we shouldn't have to be afraid to walk alone at night. People get up on stage and talk about things that have happened to them, generally related to sexual assault.
Okay. All right.
I love you. Excuse me.
Sure.
I can that right over there.
Where?
Green tank top.
Do you, Katya? Wait. What do you want to go up?
It's a positive thing.
Is there anything you want particularly to go up on the blue rope, or you have people over there? It's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine.
She pointed at that kid. This is the guy that raped her.
Oh no. And she said that was a positive thing?
That he's here. I'm just really emotional now. Like,
Yeah.
I was totally fine all day.
It's an emotional thing. I mean, you've done a lot of work. It's all kind of culminating. And things have not gone completely the way we planned, so.
Kidding.
But we'll make it through, okay?
That's
That
mine
looks
too.
like yours.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, is that yours?
Wow, you recognized it. Cool.
Boy, you're very talented.
Got a few more things on the table.
Good.
Oh God. I hope I don't cry. I was just crying my head off. My Leslie came up to me and was like, "Oh, there's the guy that raped."
Evening, everybody.
Walked
Where?
by.
Who? Leslie?
Yeah, he's gone now.
Kind of gather around. We're gonna start our
Is he
speaker
looking
series.
here to
Really appreciate
see
everybody
like
being
he
here tonight.
did something
my
wrong?
name is
These
Amy
guys
Cohen.
are
I am
taping here, no?
a
Yeah,
psychologist at
me.
the Counseling Center
You?
and co-chair of the Sexual Violence Committee.
Ashley, this is my dad. Dad, this is Ashley.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
Now we'd like to offer anyone else the opportunity who would like to say something tonight.
Thank you. I know that this is something that happens to a lot of people. It disgusts me that I can't walk into one classroom without knowing that one of my friends, at least one, have been raped or had to fight someone off. College parties are like a buffet for rapists. Just take your pick. You can have any one of those pretty girls. I've realized that it's not just important to talk about it, it's imperative. You have to. You have to get it out, or it'll eat you alive.
Love you, Katya.
One in 5, 1 in 3, whatever the statistic is, it's too many, because 1 is too many. Anyone who has ever had to speak or refused to is too many. And it needs to stop now.
I saw the front page of CNN the other day, and it says, how to teach your son not to rape. How the fuck did we become a society that has to teach our children not to rape? That wasn't instilled in me. No one told me not to do that. We need to take a step back. We need to look at it from a different angle.
You are a victim, and you will be fine, because you will find the strength to move past this. And everyone needs to know.
By all means, certainly don't sit in silence and live with the shame.
I told my mom not too long ago, and it's just been the best feeling ever.
So I just want to say thank you to all of you that came up.
Thanks for coming, Dad.
Great night. Great night.
Well, I'm finally at the end of this journey. I must say it doesn't feel like I expected it to. I've finally forgiven myself. I've made some incredible friends. Things have changed. I'm excited. I just really hope that what we've made will touch people. Open your eyes a little bit.